So, Anth,
Oh, we're
Cava,
on.
every interview we do, we always start with a question. If you could sum your wrestling career up into one word, how would you describe it?
Alrighty, what's happening, boys? One word. Oof. First thing that pops to mind is surreal. So we'll go with that.
Okay, do you want to elaborate?
Has anyone said that? Anyone said that? Because I know you record, or at least you're supposed to record what people have said.
I do, but I can't remember.
You can't remember. We're going to start jotting it down now,
I've
because
said
no
that.
one else can take a surreal.
Yeah, I've said
Surreal
that.
is done. Yeah, I've listened to a few before, so you got to start jotting them down.
I need to.
But yeah, to elaborate, yeah, I guess everything that happens to me, that's happening to me week by week, in wrestling is just unbelievable, surreal. I still can't believe it. Uh, when I started, I dreamt of being where I am, this position in the Melbourne scene, the Australian scene. So it's still all surreal to me. It's all happening very fast. I've been getting a lot of good opportunities the last couple of years, really picked up this year, wrestling on big companies, bigger matches, bigger opponents and stuff like that. So it's very surreal and getting a lot of admiration and feedback from the fans positively. Yeah, I still can't believe it, and I'm very grateful.
100%. I mean, one breezy, we speak about this every single time. The Australian wrestling scene is absolute strong, right?
Definitely, especially the Melbourne one. I think we're getting through every single Melbourne wrestler in there.
Yep. Yeah, it's pumping at the moment. We're being slept on. Like we're always slept on for too long. And I think there's a little bit of uprising at the moment. Everybody's on their A game, especially as you said, the Melbourne scene, in my opinion. A little bit of bias is top of the range.
I'd agree on that. Yeah, Melbourne is very hot right now. I think we did a calculation, Liam, and out of 20 competitors in the Ballroom Brawl, I think we interviewed like 7.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. I'm the 8th. My
Yeah.
favorite number is 8, so I'll take that.
Speaking of the
There you
Ballroom
go.
Brawl, how was it for
Yep.
you?
How was the Ballroom Brawl? So I debuted in the Ballroom Brawl in 2021, which was exactly 5 years ago. So it was a little bit of a full circle moment. Last year I pulled double duty, so it was a little less stressful this time. Last year I wrestled in the tag title match, and I was also in the Ballroom Brawl. So this year, all my focus was on the Ballroom Brawl. I was out to win it. I was in an intense training camp, preparing for every scenario, all different shapes and bodies. Any opponent that was announced, I prepared for. Unfortunately, didn't win, but I did get a very special moment being in there with the Clydesdale, my arch rival once again, and I'm glad I could throw him out. And somehow he won the Intercommonwealth Championship, and it stayed on his waist when I threw him out. So that was surprising, but that's my next goal. I reckon that's my next goal at some point.
Okay, just a quick follow-up on that. Is there anyone that surprised you in the Ballroom Brawl?
Ooh, good question. Well, we had a few debutants. Well, I have to say, Jamie Takadahese, he threw me out, so I guess that was a surprise. I wasn't quite prepared for someone that large. He's 110, 120 plus kilos. So he quite easily just threw me out like that. So I wasn't ready for that. So he definitely surprised me. Other names I'll shout out. Jab had a great debut, great performance there. Matt Romano as well did quite well as far as people that were coming in new. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, top of my head.
Love it.
Absolutely. So I've got a follow-up question to that. What's your thoughts on Jarvis winning?
My thoughts on Jab?
Jarvis winning.
Say? Oh, Jarvis. Oh, I thought you said Jab. I'm very happy. Honestly, if it wasn't going to be me, I'm happy Jarvis won. I'm sure you saw the bounty that went out, $2,000 for his head from Rocky Monero. I tweeted straight away, just so you know, brother, I'm not taking that money. If I see you in the ring, fair game, but I don't want $2,000. You're not going to change my morals for any amount of money. So I'm glad he won. We've teamed up before at Fights to Survive. He's always been a good brother to me, so I'm hoping he eventually takes that MCW World Heavyweight Championship, and hopefully it's against Robbie Thorpe, because that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. So I'm wrapped he won.
Robbie's reign is on the down. I think someone's going to take it from him on the next show or the one after that.
You reckon he's gonna? Yep.
Yeah,
Kyle's
I mean,
gone next show. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. We'll see. Well, it's exciting times. There's a lot of people hunting for him, hunting for that World Heavyweight Championship. You've got obviously Jarvis. I mean, Ugg got taken out. Dusk now has gone off the rails. He's another one. Mate Hayter, of course, got screwed out. So there's a lot of potential options. It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan, especially in Melbourne for MCW. I think we're putting on the best events, obviously the best stories, because we just keep growing and growing. The crowds are getting bigger, the reception, the social media buzz, and eventually, hopefully, I'm also in that main title picture at some point as well.
yeah. What was your favorite match from the Ballroom Brawl?
Oh, good question. I haven't had a chance to watch back the show completely, which I usually sit down and do at some point before the next one. So I can't quite answer that. But from the clips I've seen and from where I was watching backstage before my match, obviously the world title match was unbelievable with Matt Hayter and Robbie Thorpe, both old, very talented men. It's a shame Edward Duff decided to screw it over. I think I speak on behalf of the fans and the whole locker room. You're a piece of shit, Edward Duss. I hope you hear this. Somebody, if it has to be me, needs to teach you a lesson, because that was the ultimate disrespect. I looked up to you, and a lot of people did. And to destroy the world title match like that, hit, not only Hayter, not only Robbie Thorpe, but my good friend Edwin in the nuts. I'm not going to stand for that. So I might have to talk to management and teach him a lesson at some point.
Interesting. Well, we can't comment on Edward Dusk because Matt Hater said that we drink his bathwater.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are you still a fan of him after what he did, though?
I love his work. I love his work. He's
I have to spit out the bathwater.
Yeah.
Yes, there's no denying he's very talented, but what he did was terrible. I'm not going to stand for it.
It was very shocking, and I didn't expect that But one good thing about it is with his character now, it could go three ways. Like, obviously, he attacked Robbie Thorpe, he attacked Matt Hater, he attacks the Minogue, who returned, and then he also gave Jarvis a little in the thingy. So his character for the next show, that's what I'm looking forward to. His character for the next show, does he have a match with Kate Minogue? Jarvis?
Well, Caveman Ugg, I think he's taking him out of action once again. I'm not sure what the exact word is, but he seemed to have re-injured his knee, unfortunately. Caveman Ugg, also a good friend of mine, so somebody's out to get Dusk at some point. All those men, and me included, for what he did. So it's exciting times, as you said.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So tell us about the MCW Academy, because you've come from that, if I remember rightly.
That is true. So I started my professional wrestling journey in 2018. I was in the first intake, actually the first ever member of the MCW Academy. I walked through those doors and signed up first August 2018. Trained under a few different trainers, Jay Andrews, the late great Kristen Miami, Darby James, Gino Gambino was there, Crackerjack as well. And was there the whole time until its ultimate downfall. But yeah, that has a very special place in my heart. MCW means the world to me. That academy, I grew up with that academy, and I learned not just a lot of stuff about wrestling, but about myself. Grew as a person, made many lifelong friends, and I'm eternally grateful. It's a shame it's not around, but I'll forever be the first member, and hopefully one day be the first ever member to win the MCW World Heavyweight Championship.
Absolutely. Just a follow-up question to that. What's the biggest thing you took from the academy?
Ooh, immediately what pops up to my mind, a quote, and it was plastered on the wall, so we will never forget it while we're training. You never lose, you either win or you learn, which I've carried, ever since I joined and learned that quote through my trainers. Yeah, I always carry that with me. If you win, cool, that's awesome. If you lose, it's a shame, but you've learned the lesson. You still wake up the next day and you keep moving forward. So always try to keep that mentality. So that's something that pops up to my mind.
I like that.
How much has bodybuilding helped your professional wrestling career?
Tenfold, yeah, heaps. So before I started, in 2018, for the few years before that, I had in my mind that I wanted to be a wrestler when I was in my late teens, and I was, researching, looking up how to prepare myself, and then obviously everyone kept saying get in shape, hit the gym, and that's exactly what I did. So I taught myself uh, online through YouTube videos, and then I also went to uni and I studied exercise science. So I'm a little bit of a scientist myself, which you probably won't expect. So I taught myself and learned everything you need to know about bodybuilding, training, nutrition, and all that jazz. And I was prepared. So when I had that tryout, the coaches were shocked because I was the only one that walked in already in shape. And I hold myself accountable to maintain that shape from that day walking in till now. I've always kept a consistent shape, so it's helped me to stand out, and it got eyes on me immediately. And I always try to, yeah, be in good shape and train well, eat well. It's a shame that a lot of other people are in shape now, so I don't stand out as much because of body biz. But yeah, I just try to compare to myself, not to anyone else. And I'm running my own race.
Love that.
Absolutely. So we spoke a lot, obviously, about MCW and stuff like that, but tell us about Wrestle Rock.
Resurrock. Okay, so that was also one of my debuts. So I had a couple of debuts. That came a little bit before the Ballroom Brawl, which I just spoke about. So I've got a few. That one I was in also uh, what's called the Dirty Dozen Rumble. So I debuted there, which is the Raw Rumble as well. And that is also MCW and Resurrock, two places very close to my heart. They gave me my first shot, and I absolutely love working there. We've got an event this Friday, which this will probably come out after that, but it's my favorite venue to perform in, which is the Corner Hotel. We've got a rock band that plays beforehand, and then the wrestling comes on. It's quite late, it's a later show than usual. The crowd is right there, so you can feel them. It's very intimate. There's a bar right near the ring, so everybody's drinking, having a good time, yelling out whatever they want. And it's my favorite venue to perform in because of the interaction. Because it's so close, I'm feeling the energy. As soon as I walk out there, there's a reaction. Whether they're screaming, yelling, cheering, there's always something. And the owners there have given me the luxury of trying out a lot of different things. So a lot of um, stuff that's come to my mind randomly while I'm, chilling in my bed. I've been able to utilize at Wrestle Rock. I at one point was wearing a suit without pants. That was kind of my character there at Wrestle Rock for a while in the Handsome Punks. I teamed with Robbie Thorpe. Currently, I'm the king, so that's been cool. I bought a full robe, got the crown. It's just a great time. It's a fun time. If you ever come to Melbourne, or if you're in Melbourne, definitely get down to Wrestle Rock.
I love that title name as well, King of the Corner Championship.
Yeah. So I'm currently the king. So I've never won a championship in wrestling, but I am the king of the corner. So it's coming soon.
Love it. Talk about Renegades of Wrestling.
Renegades of Wrestling. So they are also owned by the same people as Wrestle Rock. Wrestle Rock is kind of like the sister company, which is only 3 or 4 times a year. Wrestle Rock Renegades is every 6 to 8 weeks. that is a place that gave me my big shot at showing what I'm capable of. I think when I started, I was sort of put into the pigeonhole of being a body guy, which is fine, which is kind of what I was going for. So I didn't really get to showcase too much of my in-depth wrestling style and longer matches and all that jazz. So Renegades gave me the opportunity, which was late 2022-ish. 2023 is when I started really working there. Um, I had to step back from MCW around 2022 because unfortunately I wasn't good enough at the time to be on the events. So I reassessed. I was wondering whether I should continue. Then I started training with one of my good friends, Lockie Hendricks, and also Crackerjack was one of my mentors as well. Since the start, and at that time, I was doing online classes with him and training with him also. And that was kind of my way into Renegades. And then I eventually kind of switched up my character and was able to show that I actually can wrestle. And that got me all the way back around back on MCW's radar and then also on every other company. I'm pretty much wrestling every major company in Melbourne, which is awesome. So it's I'm very grateful and yeah, absolutely. I love Renegades as well. We've got a show coming up too in August.
Just a follow-up question from that. So obviously, Melbourne City Wrestling in 2022, like you said, let you go because you said they said us you weren't good enough or something. Like, how was your mental health in that? Like,
Ooh, yeah, good question. It was a bit rough. So yeah, as I sort of alluded to when I started, I kind of stood out because I was pretty much one of the only body guys. And I was, young, full of energy, and was very driven. And a lot of people, fans, or some of my peers, they were like saying, you're the next guy, you're going to be the fucking man, kind of thing. And I kind of believed that at the time. I wasn't as mature, and I was like, okay, yep, they're right. And I kept pushing for it, pushing for spots, trying to make my way up the card, but it just wasn't happening. And then, yeah, more or less, you know, the owner at the time kind of said, "Yeah, we don't really have anything for you." And then, yeah, I took that as, yeah, I'm gonna have to like kind of stop, or I'm gonna have to change something up. So, I definitely took a deep, dark reflection, um, and sort of planned out a little bit more what I wanted to get out of wrestling and if I wanted to continue. And yeah, there was a time in 2022 that I was genuinely considering stopping. Um, yeah, it was not a fun time because it was something that I loved and I was doing for religiously for quite a few years already, and then it wasn't going the way I hoped. Um, so that's why, yeah, as I said, I started switching my mentality um, and controlling the things that I could. So I started changing up the way I trained, my style, being a bit more open to other opportunities, other things. Um, and that sort of led me to where I am now, where I think I'm a lot stronger mentally, and I'm able to deal with stuff that's not in my control a lot better now. So that was way, way. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
I rambled a bit there.
No, absolutely, and stuff like that. So we have the Australian talent we interview. We always ask about the wrestling scene and stuff in Australia. Tell us a little bit about it. Obviously, in Melbourne, you got MCW, but what's beyond that?
Yep. Yep. So if I were to explain the scene as a whole, passionate fans, passionate wrestlers, loyal, and they want to be rewarded. You've got a core group at every company I work for, whether it's MCW, Renegades, Wrestle Rock, Mayhem Pro. They want to be rewarded. They come to every event and they follow along. They're looking at all the in-betweens. They look at the story beats. They remember. They're checking how you're acting, not just in your match, before, after. They want to know what's happening next. They're checking social media. They're checking your posts. They're checking how you interact with other wrestlers. Um, and they die hard. As I said, there's a bunch of fans that I've grew quite close with over the last few years. Um, after my character change a few years ago, and I'm eternally grateful. They keep me going, and they keep, I'm sure, a lot of other wrestlers going. So it's an awesome place to be. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but Melbourne.
Love it. So, who is Anth Cava for people that don't know?
Who is Anth Cava? Wow, I haven't been asked that in a while. So Anth Cava, it's me. That's my name. I turned it up a little bit, sometimes a lot. I'm a man that just wants to prove myself. I'm just waiting for my shot. I want to inspire people. I want to do the right thing. Love to have a bit of fun, have a joke around if I have to. But when the going gets tough, I can get down to business. I'll stick up to what's wrong. Learn from my past failures, as a wrestler and also as a person. So I love to point people in the right direction. If I can bring a smile to your face, that's what I'm about.
Love it.
Absolutely, and stuff like that. So when it comes to wrestling, what's the most rewarding thing for yourself?
So adding on to what I just said, the kids specifically. Um, yeah, I never really thought when I started I would be a wrestler that people look up to, and kids specifically. There's been a few kids in the last year that have really touched me. There's one in particular, I'll give him a shout out. His name is Noah. So I met him maybe a year ago at an event, and we just got along. He was in awe of meeting me, and we just had some good banter. And then I actually became friends with his father as well. And he came to the next event. He came to the next one, and we always had this banter. He'd wear my shirts, he'd make me signs. And then I was honored when he accepted my invitation for him to be a part of my entrance. Last year at MCW Endgame, I had an entrance with kids. I don't know if you guys have seen it. He was one of them. So I'm very grateful. We got a very special bond. He's always got my best interest at heart, and I was lucky enough to be invited to his birthday a couple months ago. So that was such a cool moment, and I realize now that's why I wrestle. I'm wrestling for the kids. I'm wrestling for the next generation. I want to inspire them to do good. Shout out to Noah. He put me on his cake as well, so that was surreal. Um, Seeing myself on a cake and then eating it, that was cool. I'll give a shout out to Paddy as well. He's always at events wearing my shirt. He's an awesome kid, and there's a few others as well that are always there. Every time I see him, we're flexing. Show me your muscles. Show me your flex. I had a kid at the last event saying, "Oh, I've been doing my push-ups, stuff like that." That's what I'm about, and I think that's the most rewarding part of wrestling for me at the moment.
Love that. So I said on the review show that me and Liam did for MCW Ballroom Brawl, I said that you remind me of Daniel Garcia.
I've heard that before. I've gotten a couple tweets in the past. There was one I think I got a bit of traction. Somebody put a side by side of me and Daniel Garcia. I could see it. Yeah, yeah. I would say I'm probably a little bit bigger
Oh,
and maybe a
so
little bit more handsome. But yeah, what's his background? I'm not sure. Is he Italian? Because if he is, we could be related.
I
But
want to
yeah,
say
I can
yeah,
see it.
but then I want to say no. I don't know.
He could be with that name. But yeah, he's cool. He's doing good things. Hopefully, we can get a side by side, actual photo one day. Daniel
That'd be good.
Garcia, putting it out there. One day, me and you side by side. Maybe in the
That
ring.
would
We'll see.
that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah, absolutely, and stuff like that. So for people obviously listening who's not familiar with the Australian wrestling scene, What match or matches would you recommend them go checking out? What's like a good representation, if that makes sense?
For myself or in
Go
general?
both. Go one for
Bit of both?
yourself. And then one yeah.
Oh, okay. So selfishly, yeah, I'll start with myself. All right, a match that I'd recommend you watch for myself is Anth Cava against Lockie Hendricks, Renegades of Wrestling We Choose Violence. That was my first main event, first chance at a world championship. I felt a lot of pressure going into it. It was also my longest match, but it was awesome to be in there with somebody who's been my mentor, been a trainer to me, and a very good friend. There was a lot of stuff we did in that ring that was magical, stuff that I've never done before. Bit shuddering I didn't win. I wasn't quite prepared for him to cheat, but yeah, got a lot of good feedback. The fans loved it, and I think that really raised my stocks tenfold. So that's one I'd recommend for myself. Recent one, if you want to see me punch up Clydesdale, Anth ever against Clydesdale for MCW from March, high stakes, or New Horizons it was. From a match outside of me, I think it's been said before on this podcast, but Lockie Hendricks and Mitch Waterman. You've got to get them on the podcast if you can. From Renegades Wrestling, they had a what's it called? What do they have? What was the match? It was a normal match, but I went to time limit. So it was 30 minutes, and then they had 5 minutes overtime. So it was a tie. That match was crazy. I had the privilege of watching that from the balcony because my match was earlier in the card. So I got to soak it all up, and that was probably one of the best live experiences I've had. Off the top of my head, other Aussie wrestling matches, um, Will Ospreay and Robbie Eagles from New Japan. I watched in 2018. Dowie James and Will Ospreay from MCW is a great one. And Gino Gambino and Robbie Eagles is another great one. Off the top of my head. Yeah,
Nice.
about it.
Yeah.
So what stuff do you have coming up for the rest of the year?
What I have coming up? So I have Wrestle Rock this week. I'm defending my King of the Corner crown. I can't find my crown, so otherwise I'll be showing you guys. It might be lost, but hopefully not. I've got that coming up. After that, we've got MCW Clash of the Titans. That is August 29th. No word on who my opponent is yet, but I'm in touch with management at the moment. Hopefully, it's either me somehow gunning for that Intercom World Championship, or teaching as we spoke about. Now you've got me thrilled up, Edward Dusker lesson. I've got that coming up. We've got some Renegades Wrestling events coming up as well. That's good fun. I've got a couple things in the works, potentially a trip to the US planned. Yep. UK is coming at some point.
Every other
But
Australian's doing it.
say it again.
Every other Australian's doing it. Why can't you?
That's a fair point.
We've got Aisha coming in. You got the Velocities. You got
Aisha,
Aaron Jake.
yep. Aisha, yep. Good friend of Aisha's. I'm very happy she's coming back to the UK. But I've been given the opportunity to potentially train in America. I cannot disclose it yet. But yeah, it might be happening late September, so look out for that. It's going to be a big opportunity. So that's why I'm hopefully going to go to the US.
Okay, interesting.
Absolutely. So, one breeze. Should we get into the game?
Yep.
Oh, yes, give me the game.
Are you ready for this?
He's seen it, hasn't he? He's seen it.
I've seen it. I'll do my research.
There you go. So, for people obviously listening, if you're not familiar, so we've got a list of categories here. We're going to give him obviously to Anth. He's got to think of the first Australian wrestler that comes to his head with this category. The only rule is no repeats. Does that make sense?
Oh, no repeats. It's going to be hard. All right.
So if I give you the word strength, who do you think of?
Gore. So you familiar with Gore?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's Crackerjack's brother. He's 100 plus kilos. I've wrestled him probably the most. That's another match actually you should check out. Renegades of Wrestling. Anth Cava against Gore. That was probably my breakout match. Renegades of Wrestling Breakthrough. We did a lot of crazy stuff, and I was beat up after that match. He's so strong. If he wants to lift you, he'll just lift you. I'm quite strong as well, but he's a lot heavier than me. So he's my answer for that one.
Okay. What about technical?
Technical. Ooh, is there? Robbie Eagles, I'm gonna say.
I see.
Yeah, he does a lot of cool submissions. I've trained with him a few times, a couple seminars, and he's always taught some submissions I've never seen before. So he's my answer for that one.
Okay. Speed.
Speed. Ooh. Jarvis. That's the first name that comes to mind. So I'm going to lock that in. He's quite quick. Yeah, I've tangled with him a few times at training. He's very fast on his feet, and those kicks come at you fast. So Jarvis.
High flying ability.
High flying ability. I'm gonna cheat and put a tag team. Rapid fire. Rapid fire is Ryan Rapid. So he's unbelievable. He will throw caution to the wind, and he throws his body fucking all around. And JJ Frono is his partner, who does some awesome, cool flippy moves that I could never only dream of doing. Maybe one day I'll do them, but for now, no. So that's my answer, those two.
Okay. Charisma.
Charisma. Crackerjack. Yeah, he's the one that came to my mind. I was trying to think of anybody else. Now the answer came to mind. I think he's just so memorable. My auntie used to watch local wrestling many years ago, and the only name she seems to remember is Crackerjack. Crackerjack, Crackerjack. Every time he's in the ring, he's just so captivating. Whether he's speaking, whether he's wrestling, you just want to keep your eyes on him. So definitely get him for an interview. He's
works.
one of my mentors. Yeah, in the works. Yep. He's very close to me. I wouldn't be where I am without him. So shout out to Crackerjack.
Love it. Awesome. So who's underrated?
Underrated. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna say me. I think I'm underrated. I think I'm just slowly finding my footing again, and slowly making my way through the companies and rising up the card. I feel like, I need some opportunities to show that I can do, a lot more stuff in that ring. Just need some bigger opportunities, bigger matches, more time. And it's only a matter of time till I'm champion in wrestling. So I'm going to say myself. Honorable mentions, I'll say Murdoch, top of my head, Major Romano, Aisha. I'm going to say Aisha's pretty underrated.
Definitely.
Yep.
Okay. Mic work. Who's got on the mic?
Lockie Hendricks.
Definitely.
I would have been tossing up between him and Crackerjack, but since I picked Crackerjack, I have to go with Lockie Hendricks. He is unbelievable. His ability to draw on real emotion that he holds deep in his heart is unmatched. If you watch the contract signing with Lockie Hendricks and Mitch Waterman from a few Renegades wrestling shows ago, you will understand why. He can make you angry, and a split second later, he can make you want to cry. He's just so damn good on that mic, whether it's live in the ring or his promos online. So if you stalk his Instagram, You'll see if you stalk his YouTube, you can watch his little short films. There's no other wrestler besides Crackerjack who's done stuff like that before. He's got a few short films. One of them, I was the co-star. So leading up to our match, we did like a short film called Percent, where there was the dichotomy of Anth Cava training for this match, a healthy relationship with his training, food, and then him, Lockie Hendricks, going absolutely crazy, trying to lose weight and look better than Anth Cava. If you haven't seen that, look it up. Percent on YouTube on Lockie Hendricks' channel.
Who's got the best entrance?
Best entrance. Oh, you know what? I would have said Jarvis. That came to my mind first. I'm a big fan of his entrance, involving the crowd, popping up. I think it's unique and it's cool. I haven't really seen it done before. The obvious other answer is the dropouts, but everybody says that. So who else can I say?
Dusk.
Dusk is a cool one, but I'm not going to give him any credit right now. After what he did to Edwin and to K-Man Ugg. I guess you're gonna have to go with the dropouts. Nothing pops to mind. Give me a moment to think of someone else. MCW. Oh, you know what? I just thought of one. Erica Reid. I'm gonna give her a shout out. When she has big matches, special matches, on MCW, she does quite unique and special entrances. Her last one from MCW Endgame, not Endgame, Ballroom Brawl was awesome. Her Endgame one as well. She has, a way to bring in her Aboriginal culture with the didgeridoo. I think it's awesome. With the flag, the paint. So shout out to her. She's my answer.
I like that one.
Absolutely. One final one from me. Who's the best at storytelling?
This is hard doing this one last. Once again, I probably would have. I would have said Lockie. Crackers would have been up there as well. Erica. Um,
I'd say
I'm gonna
Robbie
give
Thorpe.
have you Robbie Thorpe. Robbie Thorpe, yep. But I don't like him, so I'm not giving him credit. But definitely, yeah, he's very talented. No deny. Mitch Waterman, I'm gonna say is up there. I'll say Mitch Waterman, and I'll also give a shout out to Jake's T. He's another one you guys should get on the podcast. He's one of my current mentors and trainers. They run the school pro wrestling. So I've been going there a couple of times a week recently, and he's been my trainer. His ability to understand a match, and not only that, to explain what's on his mind and give that information to anyone and make them understand it in a reasonable way, I think's unmatched. So I'm going to say Jake Steve for that one.
Okay, no more from me.
No more from me.
Just gets you thinking that game. I like it.
Yeah, it's good fun. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, so you know what else is coming next then if you've seen. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Okay, Mount Rushmore. So my personal subjective favorite 4 wrestlers of all time right now in this moment. I did know obviously this was coming next. I haven't quite thought about my answers because I wanted to be a little bit, organic. First one that comes to mind though, is John Cena. I think it's quite well known that John Cena is one of my inspirations, and I think that's why I also love interacting with the kids, and that's become such a big part of my brand. I do vlogs. I don't know if you guys have seen, and I like to spend as much time with the fans as possible and go above and beyond. That's the reason why I love him. I actually wasn't a Cena guy when I was a kid. Contrary to popular belief, he wasn't one of my guys. He became one of my guys later in life when I started to understand and appreciate his work. 2016-ish. He had a match with AJ Styles at SummerSlam, I think it was. That made me realize, oh, okay, he's really good. And then I just love the way he speaks in interviews. I always watch all his interviews, and he gives great pieces of advice. And he's very calm when he speaks, which I love.
Definitely.
So there you go, that's one. This might take a while.
Love that.
Two, let's go with in-depth. I'm going to give some in-depth answers here. Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar was involved, also John Cena, with a match that made me want to become a wrestler, which is the Royal Rumble 2015. It was John Cena against Brock Lesnar against Seth Rollins. I don't know if you guys remember that match. I just remember watching it. Watching it on a computer. I remember my mum just trying to speak to me, and I told her, "Not now. Come back in 20 minutes, please." Brock Lesnar got taken out. I think he got put through a table, and then 10 minutes later he comes back from the entranceway. And the feeling that I felt in my body in that moment, I'm like, I want that feeling. And I think to this day he's just underrated. So I think we should also appreciate what I think is going to be his last match against Obafemi. And I think just every match is a must see. So Brock Lesnar's on that list for me. Um, okay, my next two are going to be probably a bit different. One that probably no one's ever said this is going to be The Miz. He is so versatile, and I'm inspired by the way he's been able to stay consistent his whole career and evolve his character. I love the way he's always on. Every time you see him backstage or in interviews, he's always The Miz. He's always on. He's always making himself like the moment, but also creating moments for other people. If you look at his career, everybody he's worked with, he's elevated. He's currently doing that with Kit Wilson, Danhausen. So The Miz is definitely someone I look up to. The way he's been able to, as I said, shape his character to suit different characters and whatnot. And the way he promotes himself when he does interviews and stuff like that. He just knows how to speak. He knows how to get you feeling something. So The Miz is my third pick. This is in no order as well. I'll have to say Seth Rollins is my fourth, which I just said then. He's involved in the match that made me want to become a wrestler. And he was my favorite member of the Shield. When they broke up, I was Team Rollins all the way that 2015, 2016 era. I have a photo in 2016, I think it would have been me with a Seth Rollins t-shirt holding the WWE Championship. So, he was always been my boy, and even to this day, he's another one that's always been consistent. It's a shame he's never been like the guy. Like he's spoken about in interviews, has always been Roman number one, and he's kind of like number two. I think he's just unmatched in that ring. He always has bangers, and he's underrated, I think, on the mic as well. So that's my four. What do you reckon? Good four,
Interesting.
different?
No one's ever put Brock Lesnar on there, so I was quite surprised. But yeah, I get the reasoning.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
Well, okay.
Something like
So, absolutely. So, a few little more things, mate, as we begin to wind down. Do you want to plug your socials?
I'll plug my YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Can YouTube scroll on YouTube right now? You got YouTube locked up? Look up Anth Cava. Look up Anth Cava. Subscribe to my YouTube, please. Put the notifications on. That's the one I'm trying to grow. I get enough random DMs on Instagram from creepy men. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm trying to grow that YouTube. I have 2.5K right now. It's a little bit difficult as far as growth on YouTube compared to other apps. I'm trying to get to 10K, road to 10K. Watch my vlogs, please. I'm putting a lot of effort. I'm doing vlogs every time I wrestle. I put vlogs out. Takes me hours to edit. And I feel like more people, I want to see them. They're lots of fun. I'm getting a lot of cameos from everyone else. There's probably going to be people pop up that you've seen before. So yeah, please check out my YouTube. That's the one I want to grow.
Okay. Well,
if my subscribers don't go up by 2 right now, I'm coming for you too.
I'll do it after this.
I'll do it now.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Check it out. I got a series called Training Excellence as well, which I got inspired by Celtic Warrior workouts. Sheamus actually would have been probably almost in my top 4, by the way. I think he's also very underrated. So my series is similar to Celtic Warrior Workouts, where I train with a different wrestler. I've done 8 episodes so far. Watch my latest one with Mitch Waterman. Just have it on while you're, having your breakfast or whatever. Put your headphones on. It's a really insightful chat with Mitch Waterman. We talk training, we talk motivation, discipline, mindset, mental health. So yeah, feel free to check that out, guys, and let me know what you think.
Absolutely.
Definitely, man.
I have actually reached out to Mitch to get him on the show, so hopefully he does respond.
He is horrible with replies, so you're not the only one. He goes missing for weeks, and then he comes back like nothing's happened.
Right. Okay. So, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I know One Breeze has had a blast as well.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely. So,
I
what we're going to
appreciate
do
it.
is one thing we haven't talked about is an inspirational message. So, what we're going to do is you're going to give an inspirational message, and then we'll end the stream. Anth, take it away.
All right, my inspirational message. It's actually a new quote that I found recently. Treat your life like a roller coaster. Go out and enjoy the ride.
We've got one.